historic moment for us.
This is how best it gets, you know.
Now we get to like see each other's process.
Maybe we can like transition better because we can like see each other.
Maybe.
Like
I don't know. I guess I am looking forward to fewer awkward pauses.
It'll probably still have awkward pauses.
Whatever, stuff happens. It's not like we're professionals or anything, so we have a grand
total.
Are
we?
Well, we have a grand total of like 3 viewers.
If some of them have like 15. Only 3 of which are probably myself.
And another 3 of those are mine.
Okay, so 9.
Hey, whatever.
Thank you for you 9 people out there.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
We do.
We'll send them some T-shirts or something when we get T-shirts.
Which will be in like 10 years.
Or never.
Yeah. Never.
Whatever.
Anyway, we are on episode 5 of Andi's journey because 3 and 4 we did together.
We're halfway through.
What?
We're halfway through.
There's only going to be 10 episodes?
Should be. Usually there's 10, right? No, I guess there's going to be a few more than that.
There's still 9 dudes.
Are there 9 dudes left?
No, there's a lot of dudes.
That's right. I guess there are a lot of dudes left. All right, so maybe we're less than halfway through. Still, we're approaching the halfway point if we are not there yet.
Yeah, it's getting close.
It is.
It's getting good.
Andi's having to make some hard cuts.
And I appreciate that.
Except somehow Cody's still around.
Well, no, he's not. Wait, yeah, he is.
Cody's still around, yeah.
You're right. I keep thinking he got eliminated like 2 weeks
because ago. She sent home Markel, unfortunately, and then Andi and Patrick, the two bros that we thought were gone in the very first episode, but they just stuck around.
But hey, at least they left together. They can fly home together.
That's true. They can even talk about Formula One.
They can. So we'll talk about the eliminations at the end, though, and I guess. I don't know if I showed you this. Did you see the video of Andi on Jimmy Kimmel? I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or something, and the cuts of her constantly saying, "Stop it." Did you watch this video? Did you see it floating around?
No.
Okay, you'll have to check it out, because it's pretty funny. It's
I feel like I've seen her say "stop it" before.
It's all these cuts of her saying, like, stop it, and it's really, really funny, because they're saying, like, usually the overused word is, like, this is amazing, or wonder, something like that, and her overused phrase is just, stop it, like, really drawn out, and I think it's funny, like, right in the beginning when she's talking to Chris, and Chris is kind of, like, asking her, like, have you fallen for anyone? Have you fallen for more than one person? And she's just like, stop it.
I thought she just said the F word.
She did, yeah, okay. She swore, but she also said stop it a few times.
Okay. Speaking of Chris Harrison right there, we have something to talk about.
Bachelor in Paradise? No, that's not. Wait, what are you going towards?
I'm talking about the incredible, dare I say, Markel-esque turtleneck that Chris.
Oh my gosh, his turtleneck! Him and Andi both wore turtlenecks this week.
Was she wearing a turtleneck? I just noticed Chris's because it was incredible.
Yeah, his was sharp.
How do you decide that you're gonna wear a turtleneck like that?
I don't know. I mean,
do you think so? One of two things happened. Either Chris saw this turtleneck about 6 months ago and was like, you know what, that's a good looking turtleneck, but I need an excuse to wear it. And then fast forward to now, and he's in France, and he says, you know what, or he's about to travel to France. He says, you know what, turtleneck time.
I feel like France would be the place if you're a dude to rock a turtleneck, if anywhere.
That's true, yeah.
Maybe it was chilly and he just wanted that extra warmth.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was chilly because a lot of them were dressed pretty warmly.
Yeah, they were. They all had coats and stuff, so maybe he just wanted another coat of warmth.
Maybe.
Kept him comfy.
Regardless, that's an excellent turtleneck. I almost didn't notice it until the very end of the scene. Then I looked and he had this just
double take.
Yeah, it was good.
There's a lot of tweets about it.
Yeah.
Good for Chris Harrison.
Yeah, no, good. He was styling out because generally he's a pretty conservative guy when it comes to fashion.
Yeah.
So.
He was looking good. I liked it.
Do you think anybody ever has passport issues?
No, I do not think anyone has passport issues.
That would be.
Because I feel like if you're going to sign up for a show like Bachelorette and you have something wrong, like an expired passport, then you're just dumb.
Yeah, but passport stuff happens all the time.
Like what?
Sometimes stuff just doesn't go through the way it should. So, I don't know. I just think it would be
Have you had a negative passport experience?
No, I haven't. I just, you hear a lot of stories about how the passport office sometimes doesn't get everything right. I mean, it's a big office. Sometimes stuff slips through the cracks. So, I just think it would be really funny if all of a sudden one guy just wasn't there. Or if they
Yeah,
had to,
like a forced elimination because of passport issues.
Or like they had to like re-record the rose ceremony in America.
Have a stunt double.
Have a stunt double.
Dylan stand-in.
Just never show up in the entire episode.
That would be great.
Just pull some random bro off the streets of Paris.
Please stand in for
Were
XYZ.
they in Paris? They weren't in Paris, were they?
Marseille?
Oh, they were in Marseille.
Yeah, they're in Marseille.
They're in Marseille. Okay.
Yeah, not Paris, but close-ish.
Another French city.
Yeah, so close enough. Before we get into the show, I just want to say again, I know I've said this probably like the last 2 weeks, they need to stop with those awkward swap commercials. Did you watch it live?
Mm-hmm. I have not watched it live. Who was it this time?
This time it was Catherine, Dez, and Andy all
Together?
there. Yeah.
Well, wait, did they have three stylists? Or just the same guy,
No.
just like going around?
It was only Andy getting her hair done, and Catherine and Dez were like just there. But it was so scripted and awkward. It was giving Andy date night hair, and it was just like, why do they keep doing? Like, you need to watch it live so you can see these commercials because they're awful.
They showed on ABC.com. I was watching it like recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
They showed it. They showed the Des one again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the Des one because she was like talking about getting married. And,
Yep.
Like how she knew the one guy was like right for her, that one. So awkward. Hopefully they'll show some of the old ones again.
I
Those
hope
are
not.
really bad.
They're all so bad.
Whatever.
Yeah. That needs to be cut from there.
Like Schwab has already given ABC their money though. They're not just gonna stop showing these things.
Yeah, that's true.
And like they probably paid a pretty hefty price to get all this bachelor.
Oh
commercials.
yeah, like I'm sure it was a big deal, and to get a stylist doing their hair.
Yeah, but like stylists, quote air quotes,
Fake
heavily
stylist.
implied air quotes.
Yeah. Oh well. Moving on, because that just gets me.
Are there a lot of stylists / actors around?
I don't know. I don't watch. I feel like the shows that are like the fashion design shows and stuff like that. Like I don't watch those, so I'm not really
You're not really
educated
plugged
on
into
that.
culture?
No, I'm not. I don't really
Alright,
know.
Whatever. Alright, so let's talk about the actual show.
Okay.
Does Cody wear glasses?
I think he does. Didn't he have glasses on?
Because he had glasses on this
Yeah,
episode. And
he
I
did.
have a vague recollection of him wearing glasses in a different one.
Does that bother you?
No, it doesn't bother. Like I wear glasses, so I don't think
You do.
somebody else wearing glasses would bother me. That's not like my corner.
You just said that very like defensively.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I just like it was just something that kind of like popped out to me. He's always doing something weird when Andy comes in for the one-on-ones. Because like the very first one, she came in and he was the only one who was shirtless. And
Yeah.
this time she comes in, he's wearing glasses. I don't know if it's intentional. I really doubt it is, but
No, I don't think he's manipulative enough to like try to do things to get attention.
But like, I don't really think that would be manipulative, and I think I'm probably the only person on this entire planet who's noticed it. But
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me because he seems like a pretty fun-loving guy. So it's possible that he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna do something different every time every time the camera comes in for the one-on-ones.
Hey, you never know. Maybe. Do you think? Yeah, this is when Markel found out that Andrew had allegedly said something degrading. He called him Blackie. I believe it was.
That was the term, yeah.
Do you believe? What do you think about the situation?
Here's my first reaction to that. This has nothing to do with race, and also, by the way, we are way too white to talk about race relations in any serious.
Well, this is like a big motif throughout this episode.
Yes, I mean we'll talk about it some. Here's my biggest question. Once again, something happens with Andrew, and
Yeah.
we don't have definitive proof one way or the other. If you were a Bachelorette producer, you were dropping the ball by not having to get these guys mic'd up on camera all the time in some capacity. You strap a GoPro to one of the contestants' head or something.
Well, do you think if he did in fact say something racially offensive, do you think they would have aired it? You know what I mean? Because even though it would be like good for them to show that for drama purposes, they might not want to necessarily show someone. Like if someone were to say like the N-word on camera, you would absolutely not air that because that's inappropriate.
I think that they would probably air that.
Really? You think they'd go
Oh yeah.
there?
I mean, I don't think that they would what they would do is, I mean, obviously the producers would never allow that guy to win, but they would either one kick him off immediately, or two they would like keep him on and just really establish him as the villain.
Okay, I guess.
So I cannot believe that. It would not surprise me if he did say it. Two, it would not surprise me if he did not say it. We have no idea, but that's just such a weird thing to make up. Like I would believe that somebody made up the story that somebody called somebody the N. Like that's believable to me. What's not believable to me is somebody making up that somebody else used the word black. Like that's just a weird.
Is that even a thing people say? I wasn't aware of that, but I just might not be aware of that.
Like, I've never heard it like that. It's obviously offensive because.
Well, any sort of comment, no matter what it was, to make that comment is offensive. Whatever word you insert.
It's just such a weird word to make up a story about. It's also such a weird word to use. So, I'm leaning to the idea that he did use it, but I don't know.
See, I almost feel the opposite. I almost feel like he said something, referring to whoever, whatever. He said something, but it wasn't Blackie. I feel like JJ or whoever, who was it who heard?
I think it might have been JJ.
Yeah, I feel like whoever heard it wrong and just thinks he said Blackie, because I don't imagine somebody saying that. I don't know. So I almost think it's the opposite. He definitely said something that he shouldn't have, but that wasn't necessarily exactly verbatim what he said. I
don't know. It's so weird and random, and I don't know why he would wait 3 weeks, 3, 4, 5 weeks to tell him about it. So
again, it was something that happened at the beginning that was brought up way later. If you're gonna bring something up, bring it up.
Yeah,
don't wait.
And these seem like pretty straightforward guys, so it's not like he didn't. Whoever said it, was it Dylan? Maybe I can't even remember at this point. But whoever said it didn't really. It didn't really seem as though that was the kind of person who would try to manipulate the game. It wasn't like Nick bringing it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, has Nick crossed into full-on villain at this point?
No.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
He's creeping into it though, especially in Andy's eyes.
Creeping into it. No, I like Nick still.
I don't know. He's playing the game though.
I think he knows that he's smart, and I think he knows that he can be
The problem is that Andy knows that he's playing the game now.
Yeah, their conversation, his poem was very awkward.
His poem was terrible. Let's get
For one, it wasn't a good poem at all.
It was when I see you blank, when I see you blank, when I see you, I see a future. Come on, dude. No.
Yeah, that was awkward, and it wasn't the right moment, given that they were having kind of a serious talk. And I think he could tell that she was upset, and he was just oh, but this poem, and she was just
I don't know. She seemed to like it a little bit. Which was weird because
I think that was fake. I think she had to be nice. I think she felt bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that this episode basically guaranteed Nick a spot in the fantasy suite at the very least, but it also means that he can't win.
You don't think he can win after this?
I don't think he can win.
Can you elaborate on that logic?
Because you will not win. In fact, you might not make it 2 more episodes if you're the person that reveals somebody else playing the game, because that immediately lowers you in the Bachelorette's eyes. However, it also starts things working in the Bachelor/Bachelorette's head. And they all of a sudden start seeing things that this supposed villain does in a different light.
Yeah, and I think she is going to see that, but she also, I don't think, was totally convinced of what was going on in the house.
I don't know. I don't think she was convinced that he's just this total douche in disguise. But at the same time, I do think that I don't think he can win anymore.
I don't know. I think Nick's just one of those people who says things and genuinely doesn't realize they come across as braggy, or he just he doesn't know, but he'll say things and everyone else is mad, and he just is why are you mad? I think he's just one of those ignorant people who just kind of
That's not a good way to go through the show though.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Less than, like you said, we're less than halfway through the show, and
stuff's already coming out.
Nick is one of those secretly competitive guys. Like he literally sulked the entire date because he didn't get to spend all the time with it.
Yeah, he was a baby about that.
That is not a good look if you were on a dating show like this.
No, and she pointed it out too. Like she knew.
And it's not like that's gonna change. Like he wasn't like, oh, like you're right. I'll try next time to be a little bit more happy about the situation, that I at least get to spend some time with you. No, he was like, I'm not going to pretend that I like this situation. And that sort of possessiveness generally is not a good thing on shows like this.
No. She wants to see somebody being a good sport, not someone being standoffish because he's not in the center.
Exactly. So I think Nick is out of I don't think Nick can win anymore.
I think next week will be a defining, like, sink or swim type week for Nick.
I don't know, because he'll probably get another group date. He's certainly not going to get a one-on-one, is he?
I feel like they showed again who was getting the one-on-ones.
And Cody got one, and Nick might have gotten one. I can't think.
Yeah, I feel like there is a repeat one. Like, I feel like somebody, and I think it might be Nick, because it wouldn't be Josh, because Josh has had one this week, and I don't remember.
I think it is Nick, actually, now that I think about it.
Which would make sense, because if she's sitting there like, I'm not too sure of this guy anymore, maybe she wants to bring him on that date.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's the wrong way to go about it if you're Andi, but hey, whatever. Not my show.
It's not, unfortunately.
That really is unfortunate.
Just random side note, what's Bachelor in Paradise?
I have no idea.
Oh wait, you don't watch? You need to start watching this live. You miss everything.
I can't, because I need to just like digest it at my own pace. I generally watch it over Tuesday and Wednesday. I watch 1 hour at a time. It's a lot of stuff to digest.
I mean, okay, but anyway, so us live people were watching it, and they start showing during the commercial breaks this big like download the Rising Star app to get a sneak peek of Bachelor in Paradise. And at the end of close to the end of the 2 hours, they were going to show everyone the sneak peek on TV, which they did. And it's like, that Claire's back. Crazy Claire's back. She's one of the contestants on it. It's basically appeared to be a combination of Bachelorette and Survivor together with Chris Harrison hosting stuff.
Wait, so they just like put them all on a deserted island or something?
I don't know. I mean, it looked nice. Like, I don't think it's Survivor in terms of like build a hut, but it was like they're on an island in this like house or something. And there's just like a bunch of Bachelor contestants, guys and girls, and it just looks like a.
So it's like Bachelor Pad.
Bachelor Pad, but in paradise.
In paradise, okay. I can get.
I am in on this.
I can get behind the show.
I can't remember the things that happened during the little snippet they showed, but it was like just drama on drama, and it looked excellent.
All right, well,
Michelle Money, do you know her? Were you
no.
on? Michelle Money's on it, and like. She locks herself in a room, and Chris Harrison's trying to, like, talk to her, and she's just, like, going off. It's great.
That's really interesting, because has Chris Harrison ever, like, played that role before?
No, but I don't know what went wrong or what happened, but he is, like, trying to coax this girl out of, like, the room, and not successfully, and it's very awkward. That's weird.
I feel like Chris Harrison could do whatever he wanted to.
I think so.
I think he could talk his way into some nuclear secrets if he wanted.
I'm sure he knows something.
We need to turn Chris Harrison into our ambassador to the world. He would be like the best Secretary of State.
He would, because he's so likable. He's genuinely likable.
And like he also has an edge to him a little bit though. Like,
oh yeah, he can get sassy if he needs to be.
I mean, I don't know if I want to describe my Secretary of State as sassy, but like he's definitely like not a pushover either.
No,
so,
he's not.
Chris Harrison has my vote for next Secretary of State.
And he can rock a turtleneck.
Which would help him in France.
Chris Harrison could be a guest on our podcast. If anyone out there has that hookup.
Yeah, that is never going to happen.
I would die. Okay, but moving on.
Okay. Let's talk about dates now that we're 20 minutes in. All right, so the first one-on-one date was
Josh
M.
Yeah, finally Josh got his date.
And Josh M is winning the show.
I have the opposite opinion after the date. Well, okay, the beginning of the date was awkward, right?
Yeah.
Like
the thing about Josh M and Andi's relationship is that they like don't know how to communicate with each other yet because they're so attracted to each other that they can't actually figure out what they're supposed to say to each other.
And that's not good. I don't think that means that.
But they had 10 straight hours to figure it out, and they figured it out pretty well.
Okay, perhaps, but I just think there's obviously the chemistry there. I think Josh is a good guy. I don't dislike him anymore. I didn't really ever dislike him. I don't know. But I just don't see them together. Like, I don't see them getting married.
I mean, let's be real here. Bachelor/Bachelorette is not the symbol of lasting relationships.
No, but from Andy's perspective, the end goal is to get engaged, and I just don't see it there. I don't know.
I think that I'm sticking with my top three of Marcus, Nick, and Josh M. And I think my top two are going to be Josh M. and Marcus.
I think Sexy Farmer is going to be in the top three.
Sexy Farmer is not making the top three. Sexy Farmer
is a sleeper.
He's not a sleeper because you can't get the first one-on-one date and be a sleeper. He
didn't get the first one-on-one. Eric did.
Sorry, he got one in the first episode. Though.
Okay, that's fine.
So he's not a sleeper. His ceiling is hometowns because she's going to visit his hometown and be like, nope.
They don't need to live in his hometown.
I want to be famous. I cannot spend the rest of my life in Podunk, Iowa.
They don't need to live in his hometown. Iowa. Yeah. They don't need to live there though. How many of them live in the guy's hometown?
I don't think she wants to. I think she's gonna go there and just be like, this is just so boring.
I think she's gonna go there and see his probably like mansion because he's filthy rich and be happy. That's what I think. But with Josh and Andy, it was so much Southern though. That was cute. They were both so like their accents and there's just so much.
One thing that you just are kind of touching on. Did you notice the moment when they were like just two people from Atlanta who grew up like really close to each other, like 10, 15 miles away from each other?
Yeah.
I think that angle appeals to Andy. I think it does.
Oh, I'm sure. Like that's a cute angle.
We both went to Hollywood and we found each other despite the fact that we're both from the same place. She likes that.
I'm sure she likes that. Like that's cute and nice, and everyone likes that. But that doesn't mean he's gonna win. Hey, if he wins, props to you because you called that from the beginning.
He either goes first or second.
I could see him making it to like top 3 or 2, not winning, and being the next Bachelor.
It's between him and Marcus for next Bachelor.
I could see either.
Or hopefully Markel, but you know.
I heard a rumor that Markel is going to be on Bachelor in Paradise, which means he probably wouldn't be on Bachelor. But I don't know. That's not confirmed. But
I would see Marcus as being more of the Bachelor, where Josh M is the Bachelor in Paradise type person.
Oh, see, I think Marcus is a little too quiet for Bachelor. Like, he's not shy.
We had Sean Lowe goobering it up for an entire season.
That's true. I guess that's true.
Let's be real here. Like, women do not watch the show because they want a loud, like, personable Bachelor. They just want a guy who's, like, nice. Personable is the wrong word. Gregarious would be my word.
Josh M is very gregarious.
Yeah, and Marcus is not. Marcus is like, he's nice and he's funny and he's sweet.
And sexy.
There you go. And so Marcus is going to be the next Bachelor if he does not win.
I could see that. He's likable.
Prediction.
He wouldn't bash things up for the producers, I don't think. I don't think he'd cause many waves. Okay, well. Also, their date, another like weird private concert. They need to stop with the private concert.
Did you notice the platform for that concert? By the way, that was a good concert. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it necessarily, but I hated it less than the other.
I glaze over for all these concerts because I hate them all. Like I can't.
You need to start paying more attention.
Not
spending more attention.
Spending more attention.
You need to start paying more attention because there was an excellent platform for this one. Like last time, I thought last time's was good.
Yeah, I know. I can picture last time's.
This time they had a giant, blood red rug and 2 massive silver candelabras.
That's crazy.
It was pretty crazy. It was.
I just don't like the private concert thing, but clearly Bachelor and Bachelorette producers do. So
was Dylan's the last one before this? Dylan's the same one?
Was it him or JJ's? No, JJ was before.
JJ was before. I think Dylan's might have been the last one before this.
Brian?
Oh, no, Brian hasn't gotten one yet.
Yeah,
Wait, did he?
Didn't she and Brian go on a date? Yeah, they did because it wasn't very memorable though. What did they do?
No, that was later in this episode.
Oh.
Yeah,
Never mind.
we'll get to that.
Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, wait, this is this. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Anyway.
Also, have you noticed that none of these guys have been in relationships recently?
Yeah, that's so true. Like all of them are like, I haven't dated for 3 years, and that's really surprising. But that probably just means they haven't had a serious girlfriend in 3 years.
Considering the objective attractiveness of this cast of characters, that shocks me that they have not.
I mean, you can go on dates and not consider yourself to have dated someone, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you went on random dates or, like, had a friends with benefits situation, like, you don't necessarily say you dated someone.
That's true. I guess you're right on that.
I don't know. Maybe they're just saying that because they don't want her to be like, oh, you just broke up with someone.
Yeah, like I bet you're still into this person.
Yeah, because I could see her getting jealous about, like, a recent ex-girlfriend.
Do you have anything else to say about that other than the fact that Andi was drinking white wine?
I didn't see. I never noticed that.
Yep.
That's different.
Everybody was drinking white wine on this date. Also, I think they were drinking mimosas when they went over to the cliffs.
Were they?
It's a weird.
I don't
It's
know.
a weird choice.
Why? Everyone likes mimosas.
No. The mimosas, but that's not weird. But like the fact that you had to like walk a pretty good distance, it looked like, to get to these cliffs, and I don't know. I feel like there's some worries about the stuff getting warm, and warm mimosas just no. It's not a.
Yeah, warm mimosas are not good mimosas.
Because then they'd be flat and the orange juice isn't good when it's warm or anything. So I don't know. Maybe the producers just provided them because they're the producers.
They probably did. But we can move on from that. The group date. The first thing I noticed was something that you have previously noticed about all of the group dates when Andi is going and introducing what they're doing. Do you know what I'm leading towards?
Yes. Yep.
Again, she has a good friend, the mime teacher, who she's never met before that moment. Why does she keep doing that? That's so weird. I just say this is...
Andi just has a lot of friends.
I guess she does.
What if she actually doesn't know all these people?
She does not.
What if she's been like what if she like prosecuted them or something?
Well, then we probably owe her an apology for saying she doesn't know people who she does. But I doubt she knows any of these people, let alone my good friend so-and-so, the mime.
Let alone my good friends, Boys to Men.
Yeah, like, come on.
Are Boys to Men from Atlanta?
I don't know.
I don't think they are.
I know very little about the background of Boys to Men.
Same here. Great music, but I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
Yes?
This is gonna throw you for a loop.
Uh-oh, you're gonna rock the boat.
I'm about to rock the boat.
Okay.
Chris the Farmer totally looks like a bizarro version of Chris Harrison.
Okay. They have the same head shape. I don't know. I think you're stretching it.
Nope, they're
like I can
striking,
see
they're
what
very
you're
similar.
I can see what you're saying, but Chris is a lot more attractive. Well, they're both Chris.
Which Chris?
Farmer Chris is, I think, more attractive. Probably just because he's a lot younger. I think. Harrison Chris.
Chris Harrison versus
Chris Harrison. But I kind of see where you're coming from. They do have the same, like, face shape. And I could see, like, if you, like, warped Chris Harrison and, like, added, like, some stubble, I could see it.
Yeah.
Huh. I would never have thought of that.
I just now noticed it during the mimes when they were being mimes.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I don't know. I just saw glimpses of Chris Harrison right there, and I couldn't shake it.
I wonder if he thinks that. That's interesting. Did you see Markel's shirt, the floral shirt?
Yeah, I did.
That was good.
Markel is the only person who does not dress the exact same.
I know that you could all probably just like interchange all their shirts with each other, and it's the same. They have the same clothes except for Markel. Markel's like, no, this is my wardrobe.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah.
I like that.
You would have made a good bachelor. Whatever.
I'm really sad because as much as I hate myself for saying this, Patrick was finally, like, growing on me.
He definitely, like, I was out on him immediately after the first episode, but they definitely, either he's humanized himself or the producers humanized him for us.
Yeah, like, he just always has these, like, really funny comments. Just, like, he, like, I feel like lightens the mood and always just seems like having fun and just has these, like, little quips that I really appreciate.
Yeah.
So.
I think, here's my, actually no, I guess this theory that I just thought of is not true anymore. Because they just took out the two biggest jokesters in Markel and Patrick, right? But they also took out the guy most likely to start stuff in Andrew.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping for the guys to start feeding on each other. It's just funny.
I'm happy.
Plus they kept
Andrew's
Cody,
gone.
and Cody got a little aggressive this week.
Yeah, Cody did.
At the same time, I still see him more as a mediator than anything else.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't have a mean bone in him.
Yeah, nobody's gonna start a fight with Cody.
No,
Let's be real
you'd kill them.
Yeah.
On accident.
I would like to see Nick get really drunk and try to start a fight with Cody, though.
I would like to see Nick get really drunk and try to fight any of them because I don't think he would last.
I don't think so either.
I think he's too gentle.
I don't know. I disagree, actually. I think Nick would really mess some people up. He would fight dirty. Like, everybody else would be like, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and Nick would be like, you know what, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. And everybody else would be like,
you think he's that guy?
We're gonna be really honorable about this, and Nick would say, let's Rochambeau. And not tell anybody about it until he started.
Well,
Nick would fight dirty.
You don't like Nick.
Something bugs me about the guy. I think
Nick.
he's there for the right reasons, but I don't think he's going about it in the right way.
Oh, wow. Well, I still have to. I need one more week with him before I can finalize my good judgment.
I'm a process guy, not a results guy, Emma.
Okay, well.
You know who else is a process guy?
Who's a process guy?
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Thibodeau is wonderful. Don't talk about him in any derogatory way.
I compared myself to Tom Thibodeau. What higher compliment could I give him?
Okay, I'll take that. I'm happy Andrew's gone, mostly because his voice. That's all. He's the most annoying voice, hands down, out of anyone on the show.
I don't think he did his required steroid regimen before he came on.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. If that, he.
Also, I don't think he went to the waxing place like he was supposed to.
Some of the guys don't look like that. Some of them. Well.
I don't know, but he got on the producer's nerves somehow.
Yeah. His voice was just awful and nasally, and he needed to go. He was bringing down the mood.
I'm disappointed that he's gone.
Of course you are. You'd keep all the Andrews.
I would keep one Andrew, maybe two. Just because I need some chaos on the show. I need dudes being really aggressive to each other during the group dates when they're slightly inebriated.
I honestly think like some of the stuff like that people kept bringing up stuff with Andrew that had already happened. I'm wondering if like the producers were like, there's not really any drama and like encouraged things to be brought up or like, I don't know. I feel like like when stuff like that happens that seems really random and out of the blue, I always feel like someone behind the scenes is trying to stir the pot. Like, oh, there's not enough action.
Well,
so I feel like they're trying to create the chaos you want.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Andrew at the beginning of the show had done something to piss off the producers because they went after him for basically two straight weeks if that's the case.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he's gone, so good riddance to that guy. Also, you said last week you pointed out that JJ kept like bringing up their like old people date to Andy, like you kept harping on it. He did it again this week.
He did, yeah.
And he was like, "Why are you still doing that, dude?"
I don't know. He got the group date rose though.
He did.
So
I think he's funny. I follow him on Twitter, and he's really funny. That's all.
Okay.
That's my contribution. But yeah, I don't get why. It's like you gotta have some new stuff.
All right, I got 3 more things to talk about on the group date.
Okay.
At least 3 more things. Maybe something else pops up. And none of these are about Nick because I want to revisit that topic just a little bit longer. Nah, maybe not. Okay. Did you notice Andy's skirt during the group date?
No.
It was sparkly.
Was it? That was going to be my guess. Was it sequins or something?
It was sparkly. Just like her dress for the cocktail
party.
Sparkly. Well, not the cocktail party that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, the fake one. She was so dressed up for that, and all I could think was, how long did that hair and makeup take you to not even have a cocktail party then?
But she was dramatic there. She got stuff done. She was dressed like the executioner too, because it was black.
She was dressed like Elsa.
Elsa.
Frozen. You watched it.
Oh yeah, Frozen. I actually really like the movie, but I've only ever seen it once. Plus,
I've only ever seen it once.
You have to be more specific than just Elsa. Like,
how many Elsa characters do you know?
I can't think of a lot, but you know.
You can't think of any. That's why.
I couldn't think of any until you mentioned Frozen either. So
okay.
I'm sure there's plenty out there.
Well, I think she looked like Elsa. So, but yeah, she was.
She did the thing again where she brings her hair in front of her shoulders, and that just looks really good on her.
Yeah, it is. It's really pretty. Yeah, she was looking good. She used the phrase like 3 times salty. Did you catch that?
I saw that, yeah.
For the record, to anyone listening, I love the phrase salty, so I'm really happy that Andy is utilizing that phrase.
You and Andy are turning into the same person.
Yes.
Except for your thoughts on Chris the Farmer, because Chris the Farmer's going home.
No, he's
going
not.
home after hometowns.
But just like look at him though.
All right. Guy-specific question. Did you notice that all of the drinks that they had looked the exact same? It looked like they were all drinking like gin and tonics.
No, I never noticed the drinks. They probably were all drinking gin and tonic.
They all had the exact same glass, and they all had the exact same looking drink inside of those glasses. So I don't know.
I wonder if they each get a certain amount of drinks, or if it's just like they can get
according
it.
According to the Gospel of Craig,
apparently he got as many as he wanted.
They give him a bottle of Fireball and let him
go to town. Yeah. Yeah. Also on the group date, Markel was really, really good at mine.
Yeah,
obviously, he was so good.
Yeah, he was dominating that.
He does everything right.
Yeah,
and then he went home.
He's gonna get so much ass on Bachelor in Paradise.
I think so. I think he will.
You know what? Honestly, I'm happy that he's gonna be on Bachelor in Paradise.
Okay, I didn't confirm that. I just heard a rumor.
Well, let's put it this way. Markel is for the next like 10 years that Markel is alive, because he's only like 26, so he's still pretty young. It's not like he's 30 or like 30, 35 or 33 like some of these guys are. Basically, for the next 10 years, he's gonna walk into bars, and like every single woman there their head is just like gonna go on a swivel, and they're gonna be like, I can't believe Andy sent him home.
Yeah.
But then they're happy that he didn't, or that she did send him home.
Because then he's available.
Because now he's available for them. Yep.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's all right. No, he's great.
He is great.
I'm sad that the Markel era is over. Also, that means that the last ethnic person on the show is gone. Kostassis is gone. Ron's gone. And
was there anyone else?
Markel. Nope. Everybody else is clean cut and white.
Yep.
Except for, I don't know, is Josh Murray, or not? Yeah, Josh Murray, not Aaron Murray. Is Josh Murray? Is he vaguely ethnic in some way? I can't tell. Maybe just.
I can't tell. I'm really bad with like guessing people's backgrounds and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm not.
He could be. He could not be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I do not know the signs.
Also, after this group date the end of it, the party, I think Marcus is like Josh, where they have really good chemistry, except for with her and Marcus, they have like the whole connection. Like, I think Marcus is going to go farther than Josh.
Okay.
Like, he had game this week.
It would not
Marcus had serious game.
It would not surprise me if Marcus wins over Josh.
I hope so.
You realize that means Josh is going to be the next Bachelor, though.
That's fine. I like Josh as like a contestant. I just don't like him with Andy. I like him in general.
If he is the next Bachelor, he's going to get so much ass.
I bet there will be a lot of people who will sign up. Like, a lot of people who will go to the castings, like, if they know it's him. Like, that's how it was for Juan Pablo. Like, it got swarmed with people.
I mean, it's going to be either him or Marcus, and so I feel like both of those are pretty popular at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't have anything else.
There's one in St. Louis that's coming up pretty soon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I should go.
You should.
Oh wow. JK, I'd never be on that show.
Alright, whatever. Did you know? Okay, so one of the guys during the group date said, and this is a common theme, like, the rose is there. Now the thing about the rose is they put it on this little plate in the middle of the table, so it's there, but it's not like super obvious. If I were a producer, I would get it its own rose pedestal.
Okay, like
just
sitting
like,
up in between everyone.
Exactly. So like everybody sees like this rose. It's like this rose is like blooming, and everybody can see it, and it is on everybody's mind the entire time. But once again, that's because I love chaos on this show, and I don't think there's enough of it.
There's plenty of it. I had to comment about roses too, but every guy is so, and like when it's the opposite, every girl is so dramatic about who's gonna get the group rose, who's gonna get this, and like roses do not mean anything. Like Andi knows the people she wants to keep, so whether you get a rose ahead of time, like that's nice for them because then they can be a little more relaxed. But it's so dumb. Like it doesn't mean anything if you get the first impression rose. Like it is literally, they're so pointless, and the guys and like girls on Bachelor seasons just go nuts about who gets the roses and get so defensive, and it's like that means nothing. Like half of them are just like, oh, I feel bad for you, or you were really cute on this date, so here you go. Like I just don't get why everyone's so fixated on the rose.
It's like it's a big deal because like so group date happens then like the next night or 2 nights from then is the rose ceremony. Getting that rose, that means that you can just go to bed and not have to worry about anything. You can just take care of yourself. Do whatever you need to do to get ready for the next week, for the next round. So,
but like if you're
it's a bigger deal than I think you're talking about.
I don't. Think
you can't like overestimate the value of confidence and peace of mind. You need to build momentum. All right.
Okay. Maybe I just not understanding of the rose thing. Just not about the rose. But
it is a solid gesture, like to give somebody the date rose.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't give them to the person that you like feel the deepest connection with, because that would be like the same 2 people every time. Like I feel like you pick some arbitrary reason to give it to someone, and so it like loses its meaning. Besides the fact that then you don't have to stress out about if you're staying,
I don't know. I think it's a big deal. I would much rather get the group date rose than any other rose.
I don't know. I would rather, like, I just hate when they spend so much airtime about people like stressing about the rose. Like, talk about something else.
Whatever.
That's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I'm done with that.
All right, so I'm done with the group date. Are you
done
with the group date?
Yeah, I have nothing else.
All right, cool. Let us talk about Brian's date.
Oh,
we'll be done in like 5 minutes.
That was painful.
It was bad. It was not good.
First of all, each season they do a movie date to promote a new Disney movie, so that was some nice movie promotion for
They should have shown $1 Million
Arm. I actually thought that. I was like, oh, but that already came out, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would have worked out. But yeah, I thought about that too. But they always do that, so cool.
That's not like a movie that you're going to promote normally, though, because it was like, 1, it was a movie about cooking. 2, it was a movie about a French lady and an Indian guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this movie looked like it was for mass consumption.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I don't know. They seem to enjoy it. Well, like they would have to say they did no matter what, because that's what the producers told them to say. So, you know.
At the same time, I really wanted to make fun of this movie, but I also love cheesy movies. So, the cheesier the better. Not even joking.
You love cheesy movies?
I love cheesy movies. Absolutely.
Why haven't I known that?
I don't know.
I have a bunch of cheesy movies that we could watch at all times. I always have an arsenal of cheese.
I'm looking forward to it, I guess.
I wish I had an arsenal of actual cheese.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was a cute date though. I don't know. I would have enjoyed being on that date.
It wasn't cute because he made it awkward.
He didn't make it awkward until they started cooking. Like everything up to that
point.
No,
yeah, you're right.
The
movie was fine. The walking around was fine. And they were getting along. They're clearly friends.
Yeah, they're clearly friends.
But even it doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable with something. Like Andi was uncomfortable with her falling off a building. Like everyone, it's always like kind of weird date situations. Like
Andi,
the private concert.
Andi, I honestly think Andi was worse about rappelling off a building than Brian, the basketball coach, was about cooking.
I don't, because at least Andi was honest about her extreme discomfort, whereas
he was like, oh, I don't cook at all. Like he told her that. He was like, I don't cook, like somebody else does.
But that doesn't explain his, like, she didn't know why he was being, like, she didn't know the fact that he didn't cook was the reason that he was being so weird. Like, because they kept cutting her and she kept being like, did I say something wrong? Why is this so awkward? Like, she had no idea why it was, like, going, like, downhill. At least Marcus knew, oh, she's freaking out because of the repelling, not because she's on a date with me.
Well, like, the context clues here. Like,
yeah, no, it's a very different context. I'm not comparing cooking to repelling off a building. I'm just saying Brian could not have handled that situation worse. Like, I don't cook that well either. I mean, I know more than Brian, I'm assuming, but, like, cooking is not necessarily my thing, but you can still have fun with it and just admit, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing, so let's just have fun with it and have a good time. Like, that's all he needed to do. It was painful to watch.
Yeah, it was. Also, the food that they made, I was really excited when they got frog legs from the bucket.
Yeah.
Frog legs are delicious. They're like, it's like gamey chicken.
I don't think I've ever eaten frog legs.
They're really good.
I totally would.
You gotta fry them.
Yeah.
It tastes like fried chicken. Like, that's what it...
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I was happy they got to go somewhere else. They got to go to a restaurant, because...
I'm really curious as to how that happened. Do you think that they, like, expected him to bomb? What if one of his greatest fears is cooking?
Cooking?
Like that's what it is.
I feel like they had to have known somehow that he didn't cook.
I can't imagine that they've got, like, backup dates planned all the time. And that was... And it might have just been that they just, like, it was really easy to find a cute Parisian bistro.
Yeah, like, they could have just walked into a place and be like, hey, do you care if we film these people eating? No, and then there it was. But that was, I feel like they had to have known he doesn't cook. Like, maybe that was on, like, the big questionnaires they do, like, do you like cooking? And he was like, don't cook at all. So...
Also, those mashed potatoes that they made, like, it literally looked like they just mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
They didn't add anything else. No butter, no cream.
You gotta
no
have butter.
Like,
you gotta have butter.
I was so disappointed because they just looked literally just looked like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I was surprised that he stayed.
I was really surprised that he stayed. And then it was so incongruous with everything that happened later because she was like, oh, like, I had a terrible date with this guy. But I kept him around for, like, this one, like, positive thing that happened at the end. And then she goes up to Chris Harrison and she's like, all right, I'm cutting 3 guys tonight. No cocktail party.
Yeah, I honestly think Brian and Cody will go next week. That's my prediction.
You don't think Cody makes it through his group date? Or his one-on-one?
Oh, true. She hasn't
sent home a single person.
She hasn't sent home anyone like that. I don't know.
Cody could be the first.
See, I think with Andi, even if she knows that, like, okay, she's not going to end up with this person, but if they have a fun time, I feel like she's going to give them a rose. Which, I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't either. Like, if you don't, send them home if you think they should go home.
If after spending 10 hours together forcibly, doing some inane activity, you don't feel a connection, you got to drop them.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that. But I don't know. I think he might go home. I think she might do it. Unless all of a sudden there is some sort of chemistry, but I don't see it with them so far.
No. It's like she wants to keep him around because he's really nice and sweet and everything. And so she just, like, keeps giving him chance after chance.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he has no game at all.
He really doesn't. He seems really nice. Like, he seems like a good guy.
He seems like a really nice guy. He says no game.
He's too big for me. He's like...
He's too big for you?
Too muscly.
How do you feel about Cody, then?
Wait, that's what I'm saying. I thought we were talking about Cody.
We're talking about Brian the Bachelorette.
We're still talking about Brian?
We've been talking about Brian.
I was talking about Cody.
Well, I guess we've got the same
the same opinion on both of them. Yeah, Brian isn't that big.
Now we got real confused.
Brian's like average, I would say.
For the show, he's pretty muscular. He went on the steroid plan before.
Yeah, like for an average Joe, he's big. I mean, but like with the guys on the show, I'd say he fits in normally. Yeah. But yeah, Cody is like too big for me. I think he's too muscly. I don't know. But yeah, but Brian's really nice too. I think Brian and Cody are both really nice. I think they're both incompatible with Andi on every level. So.
Wow.
That was a little harsh.
We have not seen any. Here's the thing about Cody. We have not seen any interaction between them, like, at all. Our first.
It's only been like 10-second snippets.
Exactly. So Cody could be a dark horse candidate. I don't think so. Like, I don't believe this at all.
No way.
I'm saying that he.
No way. No how.
I'm just saying that right now, like, Cody is probably sitting at like 40-1 to win this show, and that's a solid buy low opportunity.
You got to get some money down on that.
I do. I don't think that's actually possible to bet on though.
Probably not.
Especially since you can just find spoilers on the internet.
Yeah, I'm avoiding Reality Steve.
I have not checked any reality websites, but like that's because I don't actually like
You're not,
reality TV.
Yeah, you're not
besides this
super
show.
invested.
This is like the only reality franchise I actually pay attention to. One thing that really bothered me about his date, he's like, oh, I've got a surprise for you. And I like at first I was like, oh wow, this is definitely scripted. Like this was a backup date. Like there's something else going on. He literally like takes them behind a salad bar and starts making out with her.
Yeah, that's weird.
It was weird, like in front of like all these other patrons, and they're just like, you know what? We're just gonna make out behind this probably not very clean salad bar.
Yeah, that was super weird.
It was weird.
And that's not a surprise. Like if someone has a surprise, I like.
It wasn't even like a private area either.
No.
It was like in front of everybody else and just start making out.
Yeah, that was super awkward.
That was really awkward. He's gone.
Yeah, he needs to go.
I cannot believe he kept going.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea how he got that date, Rose.
No idea,
Whatever,
but
he's-
good for
he's
him
magic.
for now.
Whatever. He's magical Brian.
Magical Brian, hanging in there.
He's on borrowed time at this point.
He really is. I thought he was gone ages ago. But she really liked that half-court
Yeah,
shot,
she did.
so.
And then she got really hot when he took her back there.
Yeah, so I think, I don't know. I think she wants to like him more than she actually likes him.
Yes, I agree with this.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a pretty boring date for the most part.
Oh God, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Hey, we got 10 minutes of content out of it though, so.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we got 10 whole minutes.
Well, there we go. It gave us something. I guess we don't really have much to talk about with the cocktail party.
No, because there was no cocktail
Yeah.
party.
That was so
It
weird.
was a power move. I liked it. But I don't understand how Andi goes from like keeping Brian around for no reason at all to this like laying down the law smackdown.
Maybe she knew that, like, the three guys she kicked off, maybe she knew she wanted to kick them off, and, like, she wasn't allowed to eliminate 4 people in a week, because they have to stay on pace. So maybe, like, that played into it, like, oh, I'm not going to kick off 4 people,
Maybe.
so Brian can get his rose from his date, and I'll just kick off the 3 I know I want to get rid of. And then next week Brian can go, I don't know.
Next week Brian can go.
Because she can't just kick off everyone,
You gotta give
unfortunately.
Brian. Unfortunately, Markel's gone.
That was really,
I
he
should've
was
done
sad. He
He
broke my heart.
He's like, oh, I'm not special.
I was like,
I
you're
just want to find
so
Markel.
special.
Well, it's like, oh God, Markel.
He
You
was
just tugged my heartstrings.
Yeah, he seems such a nice guy. He has such good intentions. He was there for the right reasons.
He was there for the right reasons.
Andrew, not so much.
Man, I'm legitimately bummed out that we're not going to get Markel anymore. Because, did you see that scarf he was wearing?
He's
It was
on
a
his
power
scarf
scarf.
game. He's always on. He always has like a tie or a scarf or something fun.
He's going to be involved in the Bachelor franchise down the road in some capacity.
He needs to be. He needs to be. Yeah, I really was sad for him. Like I knew he wasn't going to end up winning, but I want him to find love.
I'm sure he'll find love.
I'm sure he'll find love in after the show.
Yeah. He should do alright for himself.
He'll be okay.
Unless he's secretly like this huge dick that's just really awesome.
No, I refuse to accept
on
that.
camera.
I bet he's great. Maybe he'll find love on Bachelor in Paradise.
Possibly.
With Crazy Claire.
With
Who
Crazy
knows?
Claire.
Who knows?
That'll be interesting to see Claire in a situation where she doesn't have to compete for one guy. Because that's the thing I mentioned this.
That
At
she'd
some
be
point.
normal
That
if
she
she was in a
probably-
normal situation.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, Bachelor in Paradise is not going to be a normal situation, but it's not just this insanely high pressure situation where you have to compete over one guy. And
Yeah.
and you might, if you're lucky, you might get 10 minutes of time a week with this guy.
I don't know, like 75% of the clip that they showed involved Claire in some capacity, which makes me think that like she stirs the pot a lot.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know. I don't know if they just like weren't trying to show a lot of people who were on it for like secrecy's sake or what, but she definitely seems to have some things going on.
All right.
Which I look forward to seeing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Claire again.
I don't know when it airs. I didn't catch that, but probably end of the summer.
Yeah, probably in the downtime because we got a while till Bachelor starts up.
Yeah, like a while.
A while, yeah. I don't understand why they do them so close together. Well, I guess they had Bachelorette before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
And they needed like time for Bachelorette to air, but still weird timing to like always have Bachelorette pretty much right after Bachelorette.
Yeah, that's always weird. I don't know.
So rude of them.
Rude.
God, do you have anything else?
I really don't. Besides Andrew's exit, further confirmed that he's not a good guy. He's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
He's a bad man. I just don't like him.
Whatever. Maybe we'll see the development of Nick next time into an even more bad man.
I don't know. I need one more week with him to fully commit to liking him.
I do not like the idea of giving him a one-on-one date. Not because I don't think he like deserves a one-on-one date. Like no more than any of these other people deserve one-on-one dates. Just because I would have enjoyed seeing him in a group setting again.
To mess it up and be grumpy.
I just like you gotta prove that you can do that. You know.
Yeah, I know you definitely do, and you're not gonna get every one-on-one. Like that's the point of the show. So I'd like to see him on a 2-on-1.
Oh, that would be good.
I bet he'll get one eventually.
That would not surprise me. He'll win it, but not convincingly.
Yeah. Unless he was on with like Marcus, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a really interesting one.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate the 2-on-1. So.
I like the 2-on-1s.
Of course you do. They're the most dramatic.
They always have the most dramatic person on there, and then the most dramatic person always wins the 2-on-1s.
Yeah.
Because they always include a white knight person who instead of talking like about stuff that would get you a rose, they always end up like talking bad about the other person.
Yep.
The more dramatic
every
person.
time.
And this is before the Bachelor/Bachelorette realizes what's going on. So
that's true.
Look for Nick to get a 2-on-1, because if he hates sharing time in like a fun, casual setting, can you imagine how much he would hate the timeshare?
Like 3 people on a dinner date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a really good one. A 3-on-1, where like you keep one person. So like you give one person the rose, and they get a rose, right? Then one person goes home, and then the other person has to compete during the cocktail party.
Oh my god.
That would be intense.
I wonder why they don't do that.
I don't know. Maybe they just need to hire me as a producer.
You need to give them some ideas.
I would
spice it up.
They do need me there.
They do. I mean, it's a long-running show, so they're gonna have to do things to keep it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You should write to them. Chris Harrison, take me on.
Dear Chris Harrison.
I have ideas.
But I will maybe send them to you if you're lucky.
Oh, if he's lucky.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I can't just give him my ideas in my initial letter, right?
No, you can't, because you want to be involved.
Exactly.
For sure. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say.
All I have to say is, Chris Harrison, hit me up.
Hit our podcast up.
Hit our podcast up. We'll talk about ways to improve your show.
I wish there was even like a percentage chance that he would hear this.
There is a 0% chance.
It's negative, actually.
There is a negative % chance that this is ever heard.
Nope.
By anyone of significance. Except for our 3 lovely listeners.
Yeah, except for those dedicated viewers who aren't Phil or myself.
Yeah.
Thank you in advance.
You are knights and knightesses?
I think it's knights for everyone.
Is it knights for everyone? Okay. Well, you are all knights in shining armor. You are the wind beneath our wings.
Oh my gosh. And on that note.
And on that note.
Thank you for listening.
Bye, everyone. See you next week.